Hello, 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 and welcome. I'm Sheila Balgobin, known as the Dream Decipherer, and this is Dream Your Life, Live Your Dream Live, where we talk about all things dreams. Now, today is the last episode of my Dreams and Nightmares series, and I thought it would be a good idea to wrap this all up with tips on how to improve your sleep, because if you're not sleeping well, you're not dreaming well either, or you may be having nightmares. So I'm going to share a few tips that can help improve your sleep, and a few tips that can help you to remember your dreams better. So to look at some sleep items, let's look at 5 different things that you could do to help improve your sleep. One thing is surroundings. Is your room dark enough? If the room, you're getting too much light from outside in your room, then it would be a good idea to either put out blackout curtains or darker curtains or shades so that the room is really dark. That will help us to stimulate sleep. I mean, basically, it may even be helpful to dim your lights, start dimming your lights maybe an hour or so before going to sleep, so that it starts to train your brain to that it's time to unwind, slow down, and prepare for sleep. So there you have it. First thing is making sure that the room is actually dark enough to encourage sleep. The second thing that is important to look at is your routine. Do you have a regular sleep and wake time? I mean, even outside of, having to get up to go to work. Do you have a regular schedule, or do you go to bed, after you've binged on Netflix or whatever the case may be, and then wonder why you're tired in the morning? Having a regular sleep routine and waking up time will again train the brain to start to unwind when it realizes, oh, it's 10:30, it's time for me to start winding down to get ready to go to sleep at 11 or whatever time it is. So creating a regular schedule and sticking to it is really important with regard to getting your body in the mode of relaxing before going to sleep. Another thing to look at in your room is the temperature. The only thing that should be hot in that bedroom is the action going on between you and your partner. The temperature of the room should actually be cool. During the night, if you feel that you might get cold, then wear some socks or add an extra blanket. But the room, if it's too hot, you will be too uncomfortable and you will not sleep well. And I can attest to that. Here in Florida, even with air conditioning, the weather is so hot and oppressive that I find that I'm not sleeping well as a result. So making sure that the room is cool enough to sleep is really essential to be able to sleep through the night. Now, if you have a tendency to wake up during the night or have trouble falling asleep, get up. Don't roll around making yourself miserable trying to get some sleep. Sleep will be even further away from you. So the best thing to do in that case is to get up. Read something, do something quiet, some quiet activity. Don't go to use your phone or use the TV as a means to help you to fall asleep. The blue light from your phone and from the TV will actually reduce the amount of serotonin and melatonin produced by the body, which are both important sleep hormones. So if you really can't sleep, like I said, get a book and start to read something quiet that won't agitate you, that won't upset the hormone balance. And once you feel sleepy again, you go back to bed. And finally, caffeine. Avoid having caffeine, especially after, say, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And that's coffee, that's tea, that's hot chocolate, it's Red Bull, whatever else that is caffeinated. Avoid it, and make sure that you don't have caffeine too late in the day. It takes up to 24 hours for caffeine to leave your system. So if you're having caffeine late in the afternoon, you're going to be wired and awake through the night. So that's something else to avoid. Now, with regard to dreams, there's a couple of things that you can do that can help you to not only to dream, but to recall them better. And the first thing is to have some water, maybe about an hour to 2 hours before going to bed. And the reason why is that energetically our emotions are likened to water. And dreams are about our emotions, the things that we're not expressing or not acknowledging or even unaware of. So having some water energetically can stimulate having dreams. So again, about an hour or so before going to sleep, you have a glass of water. The other thing is that you have to remember that up to 90% of our dream is forgotten within the first 5 minutes of waking up, and that's true for everyone, even for me. So the best way to circumvent that is to have a little notebook and a pen or pencil near your bedside, so that you can jot down not War and Peace, not this whole treatise, just bullet points. So those bullet points can jog your memory when you're fully awake and want to recall the dream. And the other thing is an energetic form of just setting the intention. Setting the intention with a mantra, for example, saying that I am going to sleep, I am going to dream, and I'm going to remember my dreams. Something as simple as that. But being firm about that intention, stating to the universe that you want to remember your dream. And the interesting thing about that is that when your unconscious mind realizes that you're making an effort to recall your dreams, your unconscious will actually help you to recall them. There are other things that I teach my students about, exercises and things, simple things that they can do to help them to manifest, remember, and interpret their dreams. But this is something that will get you started. Water, a notebook and a pen, and setting your intention. The fourth thing is to wake up slowly and think about your dream. And again, up to 90% of our dreams are forgotten in the first 5 minutes of waking up. So taking that time to allow your mind to shift back to the dream and recall stuff can be very helpful. And the interesting thing about that is that you probably won't remember all the details of your dream, even if you have good dream recall. And the reason for that is that our dreams have an emotional charge behind them. They have energy behind them. And the things that have the most emotional charge behind them are what you remember. So you may forget little details, but the essential message of the dream will generally stick in your mind because it has the highest energy behind it. So don't get bent out of shape if you can't remember all the details of your dream. You'll remember what's important for you to remember at that moment in time. So there you have it. That concludes my Dreams and Nightmare series. I hope these tips that have been shared over the past few weeks will help you to be able to better recall your dreams, to have dreams in the first place, and also start to take note of them and the information that they contain, because your dreams really are your internal therapist and can help you to make better decisions for your life. Thanks once again for watching and listening. Have a great rest of the day, and I'll see you again soon. Take care. Bye-bye.